Hey, how's it going? We are here with another Dropzone battle report. Today we're hanging out at Every Little War in Richmond, California. Every Little War is a game company that makes terrain and accessories and markers for a variety of board games and miniature games, so check them out, Every Little War. We're hanging out here in the back by the UV printer. This is Khan. We're going to play a game today using the new unofficial Michigan GT expanded rosters for the beta rule set for Dropzone V2. We're just keeping things simple today and playing targets of opportunity. So for a quick refresher, if you end the game possessing one of these 5 objectives, you get 1 point. If you manage to extract it off of your own table edge, you get 1 additional point, so 2 points. At the end of the game, the most points wins, and kill points will break the tie. We will be back in a second with our armies. All right, here's my PHR list. I have a Hera with a level 3 commander, 1 Apollo in its retinue in a Neptune, and a squad of Valkyries inside a Triton with the missile upgrades. I've got an infantry battle group, squad of regular mortals in a Juno A2, and a squad of immortal long reach rifles, also in a Juno, squad of Sirens in a Triton. The Junos are both in a Neptune. Armor group over here, 2 squads of 2 Phobos and a squad of 2 Helios, all in a Poseidon, because that's amazing, and you can mix those now. I love it. And then another armor group here with 2 Menchit A2s with the rockets, 2 Ares, 2 Erebos, and also all of those will be sharing a Poseidon.
Alright, so for my Shaitan, I have 2 group of armor. So they both have 3 Tomahawk, 3 Kukris, so it's a 2 group. Over here I have 2 group of units. They'll have 4 bases of Brave, so like 2 units each. 1 command group. So this is the Puma, the new rule that uses the character version of the model. That came with 2 Jaguars in the heavy section.
And then the commander level?
Commander level 4.
Cool.
And then for my gates, I have 5 Heavens and 6 Edens.
Start of turn 1, Khan won the initiative rollout and made me go first. All right, I activated my armor battle group. I dropped off 2 groups of Phobos, and I left the Helios inside.
So I deploy 1 Heaven here. This is gonna be for the battle group activation for units.
For infantry battle group?
Yes.
Okay. All right, activated my command group. I dropped my Hera and her Apollo over here, and I dropped my Valkyries behind this building here.
Alright, this is the armor activation, armor number 1. So 2 Heaven drop in, and then they deploy out the Kukris and the Tomahawk.
Alright, I activated my armor group. I disembarked the Ares, but I left the Erebos and the Menchits inside.
Alright, this is my 2nd armor battle group deployment, and nothing dropped, so all the Eden drop in at maximum 20.
Got it. I activated my infantry group. My Neptune with its Junos came up back here, dropped off the immortal long-reach snipers. The other immortals are still inside, and then my Sirens came up and are behind that building.
Alright, the command group activate. 1 Eden, drop my commander, the Puma.
Sweet. And the last infantry group is activating now, but is not actually deploying out of any gates. Start of turn 2, Khan won the initiative roll-off, and nobody played any cards.
So, got first turn, feel pretty good. Didn't go as planned, but so the first armor group activate. They all move and shoot. So the Tomahawk moves 6 inches, attempt to shot. The Hera, only 1 guy gets a shot, miss. The Kukris move up. 2 of them can see the transport that was there, and shots, and pop up the transport.
Yeah, I didn't do my math right. Didn't realize they were going to be able to make that. Whoops. All right, activated my infantry group. The long-reach snipers searched, found the objective, and just got into the APC because their dropship's over here and was doing other stuff. I dropped the regular immortals into this center monorail platform thing, and I put the Sirens into this building.
Alright, active command group. The 2 Eden move and drop the Jaguars. Jaguar attempt to shot these guys. They hits. Didn't do any damage, sadly. The Puma move out, too far away from the gun to shoot those guys. So take a sonic blast onto the building. Costs 5 damage.
But did not roll the double, so no collateral damage under the V2 rules. Activated my command group. Over here, the Hera had the line of sight to the one tomahawk that shot them when they dropped. So I shot at, I actually killed it, and then they moved over here to get a little safer, but I didn't want to open them up in case he drops more tanks in this line of fire. And I deployed my Valkyries here, and the transport got the heck out of there, so because next turn it would die from the Jaguars.
Alright, I figure I need to grab our contest objective. So move the Haven, move the Eden, and then Eden drop 2 Haven. 2 Haven drop, each of them drop 2 bases of guys, and that's one of my infantry battle group. So hopefully I can beat these Valkyries, you say,
Probably.
off of those, and get the objective.
Sounds good. Activated my armor group over here. I moved all of the Phobos so that they're more out of line of sight, although that one's still exposed. I moved the Poseidon up here, and the Helios are now underneath the monorail platform there.
Alright, activate my second infantry group. The Eden, move, drop the 2 Havens. 2 Haven, drop the 4 Brave.
Alright, I activated my second armor group. I wanted to play experimental gyros so that I could get around this corner and shoot his Jaguar, but he espionaged me, unfortunately. So this guy took a very cover shot against the Kukri there, was able to hit on a 3 because the scanner array hit, but he made a shield save, passive save, so that didn't work.
Yeah!
And then I took the Poseidon with the other 2 squads in the armor group and moved the full 16 over here with the Erebos and the Mencheats, and my hope is I can drop right in his face and try to disrupt those Jaguars and maybe shoot the big missiles at him.
Oh man, so last armor group activate. Eden move and drop the Tomahawks. Tomahawks attempt to drop and shoot that one, I don't know the name of.
Ares.
Ares, but failed to kill.
Sadly. Yeah, he hit me once. I used a white nanomachine, failed my passive, and then he failed to damage me.
Yeah.
And your Kukris?
And then another Eden move and drop the Kukris behind cover, in hoping that when they move, I get to make some AA shot.
Yeah, that'll hurt. Start of turn 3, Khan won the roll-off to go first again, and nobody played any cards.
Alright, main objective achieve. The Kukris take out the big transport here that was carrying 4 walkers.
So normally 3 Kukris shooting at a Poseidon wouldn't be enough to take it down on average, but to be safe, I played a white nanomachine. He espionaged it, and then just rolled 8 hits and rolled 6 5-ups and blew it up in 1 round of shooting. So the Poseidon died, it crash landed, it took out 1 Menchid and 1 Erebos. The other 2 are there. I was planning on dropping and shooting them this turn. Now they can't shoot because they were involved in a crash landing. So this is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster.
Then the side objective, Tomahawk attempts to take out some walkers, Ares, but only managed to do 1 damage.
Yeah. So I activated my command group. The Hera and the Apollo walked around the corner here. Apollo shielded the Hera. They both took shots and just didn't roll a single 4, so they missed everything. And we're about to fight the Valkyrie close combat over here, so stay. All right, we have 20 dice for the CQB. I just wanted to show off this cool dice tower thing. Here we go. Hey.
Lob 2s.
Go ahead. All right, so we rolled that close combat out. I didn't roll all that well, so the Valkyries are dead, and I killed 2 bases of Braves. That was the end of that.
Yep. Alright, activate the command group. The Jaguar move and try and finish off the walkers that was in the crash zone.
And he rolled really well. So even though the Erebos was giving the front one a -2 and the back one a -1, he split his fire and still managed to kill both of them.
Yeah, rolled well on 2 dice. That's surprising.
And shot all the AA at the Neptune and managed to do 1 damage.
Yep. And then the Puma attempt to do more demolition shot onto the building, caused 4 more damage. Not quite enough to kill.
But did not roll a double, which is what's required now to get the collateral.
Yeah.
All right, activated my anti-air group, activated all these Phobos, moved them back a bit, and then shot those Kukris, managed to kill 2 of them, so that was pretty good. The Helios moved up under the train station over here and shot the Tomahawks, full shots on each one, and actually managed to kill 2 Tomahawks. So that was a pretty good round of shooting for me.
Yep. All right, so actually the second armor group, 2 Tomahawk move and shot 1 Ares out, the already damaged one. The Kukri, I mean those are Tomahawks. The Kukris move, trying to shoot, but then figured, oh, they can't damage them at all.
Yeah, they're armor 8 and the Kukris have energy 6. They can't hurt their armor. Cool, activated my completely, absolutely decimated armor group with my 1 Ares. It killed a Tomahawk, and then popped back around the corner.
Alright, well, this turn just activated the infantry, one of the infantry battle group here that successfully wipe out the Valkyries, successfully get the objective, go into the Haven, go into the Eden just book out there.
Yep. Okay, I took my objective and drove it off the board, so that one's evacuated. And they tried to find the objective on a 4+ and failed. And then we fought this CQB over here, and it was exactly even, so we have 3 Sirens left, and we have 6 Braves left.
Alright, so since this is my last group, which is the infantry group, they already fought, so nothing happened. Activate 2 gate. Eden, one of them moved from here, this spot, to that spot.
Okay.
The Eden that was there moved to that spot.
Got it.
Attempting to
getting in my way.
Yeah. Yep.
Start of turn 4, Khan won the roll-off again. I played Adaptive Camouflage on my general unit over there, my commander. And he played False Diplomacy, so now it messes up my activations all turn.
Alright, activated command group. Trying to bring down the building, but hasn't really doubled.
Yeah, so he fired his sonic gun at it, did a bunch more building damage, and then he also fired the particle cannons, or the Gauss cannons. The Gauss cannons, of all things, actually managed to hurt the infantry inside for 2 damage.
Yeah. The Jaguar over here takes some pot shot onto the walkers, only manage to do 1 damage.
1 damage to the front row.
And the A's take out the flyer that was there.
Yeah, I'm being sloppy here. I didn't move the flyer out of shot range, so he's just wide open. That was a mistake on my part. Yeah, so this wing is having a lot of trouble because the part of my list that was able to handle heavy vehicles was the Erebos and the Menchit A2s with their extra missiles that do devastator damage, and the fact that he was able to take out that unit and put it out of position and make it out with his really, really good lucky roll on the Kukris has completely destroyed me on this wing. So the Jaguars are just bearing down and I have no way to kill them. So that's a problem for sure. Activated my armor group with the AA. All of the Phobos fired at the Kukri that was there. It's super dead, and they all backed up around the corner here. I played assisted targeting on the Helios, not because it was that great, because it was like just the only viable way I could play that card this turn. They all moved up here and then unloaded on the Eden. They're not afraid of any of the guns here except for the Tomahawk, and they just blew the Eden out of the air. So the Eden's gone.
Unfortunate. Well, activated the lone Tomahawk here, attempt to kill the Ares, but nope.
Couldn't hurt it. Alright, I attempted to activate my commander, but I failed my false diplomacy roll, so I ended up activating this Ares over here instead, and I shot the Tomahawk, and he made his passive save.
Alright, attempting to take down the building further, but... So the Kukri did average damage.
3 damage.
The Tomahawk, of all things, failed to damage the building.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, I activated my infantry group. I found this objective. This Poseidon activated with it, went up here, grabbed the Juno, and started, well, basically moved up to here. Juno got into it, so it's sitting there with the objective. The Immortal Long-Reach Sniper team came from off the board and drove on here, and the Triton, if you could just barely see that, is now, right there, is now waiting to potentially grab those guys and try to move them somewhere useful in the last 2 turns of the game. Let me try to not make you dizzy here. Okay, and then finally we had a close combat over here with the Sirens and the Braves. The Sirens killed 3 Braves. The Braves only killed 1 Siren, so I actually got pretty lucky there. The Braves failed their Fortitude check on a 3+, and dematerialized. So the Sirens are now alone in the building. And that's it.
Alright, so got to go and not let him taking the objective, so actually this other battle group that was ready of infantry, so they used one of the Haven, drop back in, and the other Haven just move around.
Got it.
And that's
Alright, I split my command group, which I finally was able to activate after failing their false diplomacy roll twice. This one shot that Tomahawk, and it made its passive save, and this one shot this Tomahawk, it missed one, and rolled a 1 to damage with the other one.
Alright, in the last ditch effort, the guys, the Brave that was running away from your Siren, dematerialized, so now I activate them. This Haven use this card to roll D3 plus 3 movement to their value. So it rolls 6, so that's pretty lucky. So now it moves 7 and drop within 4 inches, so now they're in this building.
And this says 1 squad in the battle group, and since a gate has to be attached to a squad, I assumed that mean, it makes sense that you'd be able to power up the engines on the gate, so I assume that that works. I don't know. Interesting rules question, but I assumed it's fine. Start of turn 5, Khan won the roll-off again, and nobody played any cards.
Well, in my last effort to attempt to stop this from getting off the objective, I moved my gates in a line to try and do some damage.
With the charged air.
Yep. The Jaguar takes some shot onto the... Oh, what did it called? Phobos?
Phobos, yep.
Phobos. Do nothing.
Yeah, he rolled really bad.
And then and then the A gun take 1 damage on the Prometheus.
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Yeah, the Kukris, or the AA guns normally firing would do like 1 to 2 damage, so this was a more average roll, unlike the other time you fired your AA guns.
Yep.
And then the Puma.
The Puma attempted to kill some of the schemer here, but didn't do...
Fired all its weapons and did nothing.
Yeah.
Alright, I activated all my Phobos over here. They moved behind the building and split up their shots and blew up these 2 Edens here, so they're completely gone. And then the Helios, there's a lot of targets here, obviously, but the one that actually seemed to be the most impactful for the game was to try to take out a Haven, because I'd need to take out 2 Havens, but if I did, it would strand him here. And the 2 Helios moved up right next to the Haven and unloaded on it, and I swear Havens are just like way too tough for their points cost, and always have been. I did no damage to it.
Man, yeah, the
Nothing at all.
Haven's actually tougher than
It's as tough as
tanks.
it's two tomahawks of toughness. So yeah.
Wow. Yep.
All
Alright. The Kukri try and get a line of sight onto the
Yeah,
Poseidon,
kind of a desperation move to try to get line of sight here. But as you can see, like all these support struts here were in the way, so you really couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So
take some anger shot on the building, does like 2 damage.
Shot the building instead for 2. And it's the tomahawk.
And 1 tomahawk shoot actually wound the Ares.
Yep.
But just 1 wound.
That's it. All right, activated my command group. They moved up here and shot the Kukris. I was trying to just clear a little more space for my my transports on the off chance that I win this fight really decisively and can extract that thing. Probably pretty unlikely. But they shot them and missed completely.
Alright. Activate the long tomahawk. Take a shot onto the skimmer. Hit. No damage.
Activated my Ares. It shot the Kukri and didn't roll a 3, so it missed.
Alright, activate the lone brave. Try and get an objective. Fail.
Yeah, it didn't get the 4 up. Okay, I activated my infantry group. So a couple things happened. First off, way over here I had a Juno and a Triton. So I moved the long reach snipers into the Triton and then moved that Triton up here, so the snipers are in that one. I moved this Poseidon off the board, so I extracted my second objective. And then we had to fight this. I rolled awfully and I killed anybody? One guy. Killed 1 guy, and then I rolled terrible dodge saves. So that was the end of that.
Alright. Clean up the sirens. Happy with that. Didn't get the objective. Not so happy with that. So next round, hopefully.
Yeah, this is really coming down to the final turn here. Turn 5 roundup phase, I play Spy Ring, so hopefully that'll help me win initiative. Start of turn 6, I had the Spy Ring from last turn, which meant that he had to roll on command value 1. He couldn't counter that in any way. I won the initiative roll off, so I get to go first this time. And other than that, nobody played any cards. So at the start of the first activation, he played a quick thinking to try to activate his infantry first and find the objective. I espionaged. Alright, so I activated my infantry group, and I got my long-reach snipers into the building. Thankfully, since I won activation, I was able to do that and prevent him from extracting.
Alright, so activate the armor group with the Tomahawk and 3 Kukris. The Kukris attempt to entrap the Helios to prevent him from shooting more of my gates. Tomahawk take a shot, does nothing.
Alright, activated my command group. They moved around and tried to finish off his Haven. My thinking here is if I could kill off both of his Havens, then that would deny him his objective search roll by 1. I did 1 damage to it over.
Well, activate command group. The Puma attempts to take some shot onto the back of the Hera.
Hera, yeah.
Only does 1 damage.
Yep.
The Jaguar take out 1 of the transport and fail to kill the remaining Ares.
Alright, I moved the Ares around the corner and shot the Haven and actually blew it up.
Alright, activate the other armor group with 1 lonely Tomahawk. Kill an Ares, but it's too late.
Alright, activated my AA. All the Phobos here blew up the last Eden Gate, and the Helios shot at the last Haven over there and blew it up, so now he actually has to find this thing on a 5 up instead of a 4 up, so we'll see if that matters.
Well, we should have activated these guys first, because I rolled 4 on objective search. That matters.
So actually, because he waited to activate them and gave me the opportunity to blow up his havens, that meant that he had to find it on a 5-up instead of a 4-up, and he rolled a 4. So it actually made the difference on that search.
Yep. Otherwise, I play augmented strength, so -1 to hit against your scouts, snipers, and kill a base.
Yep, and I killed 1 brave. That was that.
All right, it's a draw. Hey.
And so, to say what happened?
So, I activated my last infantry group. They rolled 5 that I need over there.
Yeah.
So they got the objective, gone to the Haven here, Haven gone to Eden. Yep, Eden, and Eden just fly off.
Yep, so there we go. So 2 objectives off. We'll be back in a second with the wrap-up. All right, into the game. So scoring-wise, I managed to extract this objective. That's 2 points for me. Khan managed to extract that objective after slaughtering my Valkyries, so that's 2 points for him. I managed to find this one by sneaking my Immortals in alone, so that's 2 points for me. This one, no one got at the end of the game.
Yep.
And this one, Khan was able to get off with his Braves that he managed to relocate into there at the very end of the game with his teleportation. So objective score was 4-4. Since this is in a tournament, this would just be a tie. But since this is a casual game, you go to kill points for a tiebreaker. We added up the kill points. I killed 635 Shaltari, and he killed 675 PHR. So he just eked it out. So Khan won this game on the tiebreaker for kill points. Cool. So just to debrief the mission real quick, my strategy with Flamers was to, and I'd never played this list before. There's a whole bunch of new units because this is my first time playing with the Michigan GT with a full roster at this point. So with the Flamer, what I try to do is try to like isolate one objective to get him to commit infantry into the objective and then have me not commit infantry. I didn't do that very well. So I ended up with the Flamers over here with the Valkyries in that building. So I guess that was okay because he ended up committing 2 squads of Braves. So the Braves were going to kill the Valkyries and then the Flamers were going to finish them off ideally. However, the key point in this entire game was when he rolled 8 hits and rolled 5 ups out of 8 rolls and managed to blow up my Poseidon. And that insane roll just swung the entire game. So he had his Jaguars here. The part of my list that can counter the Jaguars were the Erebos and the Menchits. The Erebos can sit next to them and make all their guns miss, and they can chase them around because they're slow, and the Erebos can move faster. And then the Menchits have those rockets with Devastator, so they can fire those rockets and actually take out the Jaguars. But the Poseidon went down, took out 1 Erebos and 1 Menchit, and then the remaining 2 couldn't shoot that turn because that's what happens in the crash landing rules. So they were just taken out completely. The Jaguars finished them off next turn, and then I had nothing to counter the Jaguars. And I had nothing to counter the Braves when he wiped out my Valkyries because of the Flamers were gone. So that was really bad. So that basically completely ceded that objective to him. But one positive thing from spreading my infantry out so much was that I was able to sneak in and get this one on its own, so that gave me 2. Over here, because he was able to keep using his havens to reallocate new infantry that had extracted from other parts of the board and keep pouring them into this fight, they eventually overwhelmed the Sirens. Sirens died. To be honest, I got really lucky with this objective. If he had activated his infantry earlier in the turn, he would have rolled a 4, and I wouldn't have killed his havens yet, so that would have counted towards the transport bonus, and he would have gotten that objective, and then I would have actually won the game on objectives. So, yeah, I was very lucky that he didn't notice that on turn 6. I do like the addition of all the new units. It's great having the full roster back because, we've been playing V2 games for a while now with just the original box. So it's great to have all these other units back, be able to play with them again. I don't know. What'd you think about the game?
So far, I feel very refreshing because I'm coming from like skirmish games, so it's like very action-paced.
Primary Infinity player, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this is more on a tactical scale, so it's like RTS games, like it's a first-person shooters or tactical RPG. This is more like RTS, real-time strategy, and have to manage everything, which I'm kind of bad at. Like hence the whole trying to grab that objective early on, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not a regular Dropzone player, so that's
no.
yeah.
It's like my second game.
Yeah, props to you for going on camera and doing that well with so little experience. That's very brave.
Hot dice roll against AA, but not against Eddie Walker. Hot dang. Couldn't kill, only deals 1 damage each time. 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. But then against fire, it's like straight off.
Yeah.
But
any other thoughts about what your strategy was when you started the game, or?
Well, my strategy is mostly I like to counterplay, so I like to deploy guys and do counterplay against whatever the opponent does. So it's like, oh, I noticed he stopped dropping guys, like especially AA down the lane. So my first thought was, okay, I need to hide my guys so to stay them out. So I aggressively deploy some guys in corners. Like my first armor group was in corners, so no shot there. I dropped my commander in the middle board, hiding behind the buildings, but you don't get shot by anti-tank or things with high power. Afterward, it's like gotta deploy some troops to grab a building. So I saw him already deploy some, or I saw him deploy some, and I only have 2 groups, so I cannot deploy in the middle to contest that. And he already got the one in far back, so I gave him on that. And this one, I feel pretty safe, so I'm like, okay, need to contest those 2 and try and shot off the building. Didn't shot off the building. That's bad, but contesting 2.
Yeah, need to bring a little more demolisher to take a big building down like that.
Yeah, but I did contest the 2 objective, which is nice. And my reserve objective was the thing to save my butt.
Yeah.
Other than that, the rest of the game is based on how the opponent played. He's played really well. I just got a hot dice roll on that Poseidon, which did change the game in my favor because, oh my god, those guys. They didn't even shoot yet, but that -3 to hit.
They didn't get a single shot, all 4 of them.
Yeah, but the -3 to hit, just passive, is really good. Like my guy's hitting on 2s, which is amazing. But then it's like, oh no, started running on 5.
Yeah.
6s. Uh-oh. Because I don't have the amount of shot. I have quality shot, but not the amount.
Yeah.
Don't have the quantity to take those out. Other than that, the game, my tank, my kukris, the AA gun cannot damage anything else but
that
fire.
one Poseidon when
yeah, that one Poseidon does it. Tomahawk, yeah, they're gonna take it out by air aces, so nothing much going on there. So the tank did the job. They took guys out. The walker is amazing, but it's slow as hell. So probably have doing the trick where teleport from one corner to the other corner. I should have done that, which is possible, but I didn't. Second game, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, you played amazing for your second game. Like, seriously, really great job.
And then the Havens, poor deployment. I kind of forgot them there because they activate separately. I can choose which one to activate among the battle group. So probably should have, once again, should have activated things first to get the objective and then hold on to it.
Cool, yeah, well, I think it was a really close game. Enjoyed playing with you. Thanks again to Every Little War for letting us hang out in their manufacturing facility today and game. So go check them out, please. And see you next time.